Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your blood boils, your heart races, you want to scream, curse, maybe even follow them. That anger feels automatic, doesn't it? Like you have no choice. But what if I told you that Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, faced betrayal, war, and plague, yet chose not to be angry? Not because he suppressed it, but because he understood something you don't. Your rage is always a choice. I'm Vera, and this is your Daily Stoic Toolkit. When you're ready to face the truth, I'll guide you. Today we're exploring Marcus Aurelius's radical teaching on anger, the emotion that feels most involuntary, but is actually the most controllable. Master this, and you'll transform not just your emotional life, but every relationship you have. Let's start with honesty. You've been angry recently. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was this morning. Someone said something disrespectful. Your partner criticized you. Your coworker took credit for your work. Your child ignored your instructions for the 10th time. And you felt it. That hot surge rising in your chest, the tension in your jaw, the urge to lash out. And here's what you told yourself afterward. I couldn't help it. They made me angry. I lost control. That narrative feels true. It feels like anger is something that happens to you, not something you choose. But that's the first lie you need to confront. Nobody makes you angry. You make you angry. Think about the last time you raged at someone. Now imagine that exact same scenario, but this time, your boss is watching, or your child, or someone you deeply respect. Would you still explode? Probably not. You'd suddenly find control you claimed didn't exist. That control was always there. You just chose not to use it. Marcus Aurelius understood this. As emperor of Rome, he had more reasons to be angry than almost anyone in history. His general Avidius Cassius declared himself emperor and tried to steal the throne. His wife Faustina may have been unfaithful. His co-emperor and brother Lucius Verus was incompetent and self-indulgent. Plague killed millions of his people. Barbarians constantly threatened the borders. His own son, Commodus, who would become one of Rome's worst emperors, showed early signs of cruelty and incompetence. Any of these situations would justify rage. But Marcus wrote in his private journal, The Meditations, how much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. He wasn't denying that terrible things happened. He was recognizing that his anger about those things would only make them worse. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your anger serves no one. Not you. Not the person you're angry at, not the situation. It doesn't solve problems. It creates them. It doesn't give you power. It takes it away. When you're angry, you're not in control. You've surrendered control to whatever triggered you. That person who cut you off in traffic, they're long gone, but you're still fuming, still letting them control your emotional state. Who's really in charge here? Most people spend their entire lives as slaves to their anger. They think it's strength. It's actually weakness. They think it's justified. It's actually optional. And the cost? Destroyed relationships, damaged reputation, health problems, regret, shame. All because you believed the lie that you had no choice. Marcus Aurelius proved otherwise. For 19 years he ruled the largest empire in the world during one of its darkest periods. And not once, did he lose his temper in a way that harmed his leadership or his relationships. He chose differently. And today, you're going to learn how. So what did Marcus understand that you don't? Let's start with his core insight. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the foundation. External events are not up to you. Someone disrespecting you, not up to you. Someone betraying you, not up to you. Someone doing something stupid that affects you, not up to you. But here's what is up to you. Your judgment about those events, your interpretation, your response. When someone insults you, the insult itself has no power. It's just words. It's just air vibrating. What gives it power is your judgment. This is offensive. This is unacceptable. This deserves my rage. That judgment, that's yours. That's your choice. Marcus wrote, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. This sounds too simple to be true, but think about it. Two people experience the exact same insult. One rages, one laughs it off. What's the difference? Not the insult, the judgment, the interpretation, the choice. Here's another insight from Marcus. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When someone wrongs you, your anger doesn't hurt them. It hurts you. They've moved on. They're living their life. But you're stewing, replaying it, letting it poison your mind. You think you're punishing them with your rage. You're only punishing yourself. Marcus understood that the ultimate power move is indifference, not suppression, not pretending it didn't happen, but genuinely choosing not to let it control you. Now, this doesn't mean Marcus was passive. He fought wars. He executed traitors. He defended the empire. But he did it without rage. He wrote, "The cucumber is bitter? Then throw it out. There are brambles in the path? Then go around them." That's all you need to know. Deal with problems, remove obstacles, protect yourself, but do it from a place of clarity, not emotion. Do it because it's necessary, not because you're angry. Marcus also understood something crucial about the people who anger you. They're acting according to their nature. He wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." This isn't pessimism, it's realism. People will disappoint you. They'll betray you. They'll act selfishly. That's human nature. Expecting otherwise is like being angry at fire for burning you. Fire burns. That's what it does. Humans act selfishly. That's often what they do. Stop being surprised. Stop being offended. Accept reality as it is. But here's the deeper insight. Those people are doing the best they can with their level of understanding. Marcus wrote, "They do wrong because they don't know any better." The person who insulted you, they're operating from ignorance, from pain, from their own wounds. They're not your enemy, they're just lost. And you getting angry, that doesn't educate them. It doesn't heal them. It just adds more suffering to the world. This is the Stoic view of anger. It's always based on a false belief. The belief that something outside your control should be different. The belief that your anger will somehow fix it. The belief that rage is an appropriate response to life not going your way. All false, all optional, all within your power to reject. Okay, philosophy is great. But how do you actually do this? How do you stop the rage when it's already rising? Marcus gives us specific techniques. Let's walk through them. First, the pause. Marcus wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up. When something triggers you, you have a window, a split second before the anger takes over. In that window, pause. Don't react. Don't speak. Don't act. Just pause. Breathe. Create space between the trigger and your response. In that space, you regain control. Here's how to practice it. Next time you feel anger rising, physically stop what you're doing. If you're about to send an angry text, put the phone down. If you're about to yell, close your mouth. If you're about to storm out, stand still. Just for 5 seconds, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In those 5 seconds, the intensity will drop. Not all the way, but enough for you to make a choice instead of being controlled by the emotion. Second technique, reframe the situation. Marcus wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. When someone insults you, you're not angry at what they said. You're angry at what you think it means. You've interpreted it as disrespect, as an attack, as something that diminishes you. But what if you're wrong? What if they're having the worst day of their life and lashing out at anyone? What if they're so insecure that putting you down is the only way they feel better? What if they literally don't know any better? Try this. When someone does something that triggers you, ask yourself, what would make their behavior make sense? Not justified, not acceptable, just understandable. If you saw their whole life, their wounds, their struggles, would you still be angry? Or would you feel something else, maybe pity, maybe compassion, maybe just indifference? When you reframe, you steal anger's power. Third technique, zoom out. Marcus constantly reminded himself of the bigger picture. He wrote, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. When you remember that life is short, that you'll be dead soon, that none of this will matter in 100 years. Does that argument still deserve your rage? Does that insult still warrant hours of stewing? Here's a powerful exercise. When you're angry about something, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If no, then it doesn't deserve your emotional energy now. You have limited time on this earth. Every moment you spend angry is a moment you'll never get back. Is it worth it? Marcus didn't think so. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Death is the ultimate perspective shift. Use it." Fourth technique, physical intervention. Anger lives in your body. Your jaw clenches, your shoulders tense, your breath becomes shallow. You can interrupt the emotion by interrupting the physical state. Marcus didn't write about this directly, but the Stoics knew it. When anger rises, change your physiology. Relax your jaw consciously. Drop your shoulders. Take slow, deep breaths. Go for a walk. Splash cold water on your face. The body and mind are connected. Change one, and you change the other. Fifth technique, question your judgment. Marcus wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. When you're angry, you've decided something is bad, wrong, unacceptable. But is it? Says who? By what standard? What if you're overreacting? What if it's not actually as serious as you've made it? Question the judgment. Often the anger dissolves. Finally, practice daily. Marcus wrote his meditations every morning, reminders to himself about how to respond to life. You need the same. Every morning, before the world gets to you, remind yourself, today people will frustrate me, they'll act selfishly, they'll disappoint me. And I will not be angry, not because I'm suppressing anything, but because I'm choosing clarity over chaos. Prime your mind before the triggers arrive. Let's talk about what happens when you actually implement this, because it's not instant. You're not going to read this once and never be angry again. This is a practice, a daily discipline, and at first you'll fail. You'll snap at someone. You'll lose your cool, you'll feel the rage take over, and that's okay. Marcus failed too. He was human. The difference is what he did next. When you fail, don't add shame to anger. Don't beat yourself up. Don't decide you're broken or hopeless. Just notice it. I chose anger there. That didn't serve me. Next time, I'll try the pause. That's it. No drama, no self-hatred. Just awareness and commitment to do better. Over time, weeks, months, you'll notice the gap between trigger and response getting wider. You'll catch yourself sooner. You'll choose differently more often. And here's what changes. Your relationships improve. Because you're not the volatile, unpredictable person anymore. People trust you. They feel safe around you. Your partner doesn't have to walk on eggshells. Your kids don't have to fear your explosions. Your coworkers respect you instead of avoiding you. Not being angry isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. It's proof that you can't be controlled, that you're sovereign over your own mind. Your health improves too. Chronic anger destroys your body. It raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, damages your heart. When you stop choosing anger, you stop choosing self-destruction. You sleep better. You feel calmer. You have energy for things that actually matter instead of wasting it on rage. But the deepest change is internal. You realize you have more control than you thought, not over the world, not over other people, but over yourself. And that's the only control that matters. Marcus wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. When you master anger, you prove that to yourself. You become unshakable. Not because nothing bothers you, but because you've chosen not to let it control you." Now let's address a common objection. But doesn't anger motivate action? Doesn't it fuel change? If I'm not angry about injustice, won't I become passive? No. Marcus distinguished between anger and resolve. You can recognize something is wrong and commit to fixing it without rage. In fact, you're more effective without it. Anger clouds judgment. It makes you reactive. It makes you do things you regret. Clarity and resolve, calm determination are far more powerful. Think about the civil rights movement. The leaders weren't driven by rage. They were driven by moral clarity and unwavering commitment. Gandhi wasn't angry. He was determined. Mandela spent 27 years in prison and came out without bitterness or rage. These are people who change the world, not through anger, through disciplined, focused action. You can oppose injustice without hating the unjust. You can fight for change without losing your mind. Here's another objection. But some things deserve anger. If someone hurts my child, shouldn't I be angry? Marcus would say, protect your child, absolutely. Remove the threat, take action. But do it from clarity, not rage. Because when you're angry, you make mistakes. You overreact. You do things that make the situation worse. The parent who calmly but firmly protects their child is far more effective than the parent who loses control and starts screaming. One acts from power, the other acts from weakness disguised as power. Let's also address suppression versus choice. Some people hear this philosophy and think, so I just bottle it up? I just pretend I'm not angry? No, that's not what Marcus taught. Suppression is still being controlled by the anger. You're just hiding it. What Marcus taught is genuinely not experiencing the anger in the first place. Or if you do feel it rising, recognizing it as a choice you don't have to make. That's different from suppression. That's liberation. If you do feel angry, you can acknowledge it without acting on it. I notice anger rising. Interesting. What's the judgment I'm making that's creating this? Do I want to keep making that judgment? Or do I want to choose differently? You're not denying the emotion, you're examining it. You're deciding whether to feed it or starve it. That's mastery. Marcus also understood that this work never ends. You don't graduate from anger management and suddenly never feel triggered again. Life will keep testing you. People will keep disappointing you. Unfair things will keep happening. The practice is daily. Every morning you renew your commitment. Every trigger you make the choice again. Over time it gets easier, but it never becomes automatic. That's okay. The practice itself is the point. Here's what Marcus wrote near the end of his life. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop debating whether you should control your anger. Just control it. Stop waiting for the perfect technique or the perfect moment. Just start, today, now, with the next person who triggers you. You have a choice in front of you. You can keep living as a slave to your rage. You can keep surrendering your peace to every idiot who cuts you off in traffic, every coworker who disrespects you, every partner who disappoints you. You can keep choosing the emotion that destroys relationships, damages health, and makes you weaker. Or you can do what Marcus did. You can choose clarity over chaos, strength over reaction, sovereignty over slavery. This isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it. But it's simple. Pause, reframe, zoom out. Question your judgment. Choose differently. Practice daily. And over time, you build an unshakable mind. Not because nothing bothers you, but because you've decided nothing controls you. That's the promise. That's the path. That's what Marcus proved is possible. If this truth resonates with you, subscribe to this channel for more raw Stoic wisdom that transforms lives. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, practice this today. Not tomorrow. Today. The next time anger rises, pause. Just for 5 seconds. Make the choice Marcus made. Choose freedom over rage. I'm Vera. This is your Daily Stoic Toolkit. When you're ready to face the truth, I'll be here to guide you. Now go. Practice mastery. Control your mind. And remember what Marcus knew, your rage is always a choice. So stop choosing it and walk free.